Hello and welcome to another episode of The Couch Talk. Let's kick off with the Premier League, and the Liverpool game has just about finished. They did what they needed to do, get a win against Leicester, a quite convincing win in the end. And the push for top four is still on. It's going to be tough because Liverpool have now played a game more than Manchester United and Newcastle, but they've done what they could have done. They've gotten the 3 points. They're within a point now of Newcastle and Man United. Newcastle will be playing against Brighton on Thursday. So, yeah. I still think it was a bit too late from Liverpool's point of view in terms of like pushing for top four. They have now won 7 games on the bounce. That just shows that the tweak information, whatever Klopp and the coaching staff has done for the past about 2 months is definitely working. And yeah, so they needed to do what they needed to do, get the 3 points, move on, see what happens in the Newcastle-Brighton game. United travel to Bournemouth the weekend, Newcastle play Leicester. And then, yeah, we will see how that turns out. So that's a top four. And then on Leicester, let's turn our attention to the relegation battle, which, yeah, it's not looking good for Leicester. It's looking very grim. Just in terms of league form, in terms of the way they are playing, yeah, it's not looking good at all. I just can't see where they really pick up points from now until the end of the season. So I genuinely think they will be joining Southampton. If you haven't seen yet, Southampton are officially relegated from the Premier League. And then to join possibly Leicester will, in my opinion, will probably be Leeds. I think that the from 16th to 19th, I think it stays the same as it is. I think Leicester and Leeds will go down, and Everton stay up by a thread, basically. And yeah, I just think that's probably how it's going to turn out. I did have Everton to go down. Like in the past 2-3 weeks, my my bottom three has changed so much. I've had Southampton as them going down, and then Leicester, Leeds, Everton, and Nottingham Forest. I've had them swapping and changing all the time, but I do think now it's probably Leeds, and it's probably going to be Leicester. But yeah, let's turn our attentions to the other end of the table, where Arsenal got absolutely battered by Brighton. Arsenal losing 3-0 to a very good Brighton side. I think we have to give credit to De Zerbi. He's done an incredible job with Brighton. And I think I mentioned that in my previous episode as well. He's playing beautiful football. He's positive in his philosophy. He has the players to do exactly what he wants to do, and they've done well. But Arsenal, yeah, when you get into the stage, the thing is, you have to keep your nerve. You have to make sure that you just do what you need to do. Get the win, doesn't matter how, and then you move on. but unfortunately they couldn't do it. For me, a lot of people were saying that Arsenal have had a good season and stuff, and I totally agree with that. But we also have to look at the other end of it. Arsenal have bottled the league, and why I say that is they throughout the season they have been top of the league 247 days. This season, like entirely from the beginning, from the first match to the end of the season, will in total be 296 days. They have been top for 247 days of the 296. They have dropped points in the recent games. They've, like, you can't be throwing to bottom place Southampton when you're in a title race. I'm sorry, but I know you can lose games, you can draw games, like teams, like anybody can beat anyone, but when you're in a title race, you make sure that you win those games. Southampton, drawing to them, and relegation battlers West Ham as well, another draw to them. Obviously at Anfield, anyone can go to Anfield and draw or lose. City went to Anfield this season and lost. So yeah, I just think, like, to put it into context, Arsenal halfway through the season had 50 points. 50. It was the highest points total, and they can only get 87 now. So that just shows that the second half of the season has not gone to plan at all. They have dropped points now consistently in the last 7 weeks or so. And when you're up against a relentless machine like Man City, you can't afford to. We've seen now with Liverpool putting this run together, they are capable of that, and City are the other team capable of that. City are on a roll. I can't see them dropping any points, and they probably will be winning the league in the next game. So yeah, I mean, obviously we have to give credit to City. They've come good eventually, in terms of they started the season off a bit slowly, but they still kept grinding out wins after win after win. Yes, they did drop points here and there, but that's to be expected when you in a league like the Premier League. So yeah, Arsenal, they've had a good season, and I think the supporters should be more proud of their team. It's the first time that they've now gone into a title race with Man City, and they know now how it is, and it should just make them stronger in terms of experience and seeing out games better, and for next season especially, because I think in this league we need to have a bit more of a challenge in terms of more teams need to be able to take points off City, or even Liverpool, if Liverpool's back to their best next season again, because otherwise City will probably be running away with the league almost every season. I think I think they would have won 6 out of 6 now league titles if it wasn't for Liverpool winning in 1920. The 2019-2020 season. So yeah, unfortunately it wasn't the season that Arsenal fans, like, in the end wanted. They didn't want the season to turn out this way, but it has. And sometimes as a fan base you just have to take it on the chin. So yeah, that's the title, going back to Manchester again. to the blue half of Manchester. And then we had NBA as well. The finals have been confirmed. The West and East Conference finals. The Lakers will be taking on the Denver Nuggets, and the Heat will be taking on Celtics. And I would love for the NBA to have a final of the Lakers versus the Celtics. That rivalry is second to none, and that will be a great final. So yeah, I mean, we've seen some incredible like playoff games. We've seen like really good individual performances, and I think we're in for a fantastic end to the season. So that's a very good one to keep an eye on. And we had the URC semi-finals as well this past weekend, where the Stormers have gotten another home final. So the Stormers have won their home quarterfinal, won their home semi-final, and not this weekend coming now. The following weekend they will be at home against Munster in the final. Stormers beat Connacht, and Munster with a drop goal, I think it was the 75th minute, they beat Leinster. And Leinster again for the second year running now, with the South African teams also in there, have failed to win this semi-final at home. So yeah, that's going to be a great final as well. Tickets, if you haven't heard, tickets go on sale Thursday this week, and yeah, they start at 80 Rand. Go and support, guys. It's going to be a packed house again. For the quarterfinal, we had 46,000. For the semi-final, we broke another record, 47,000 people packed into DHL Stadium. So, can we get it up to 50,000 supporters? That will be incredible. I know Munster fans will definitely be flying over, so they will be making themselves heard, but let's drown them out with the faithful noise, and yeah, get back-to-back URC winners medals. So yeah, that's a good one to look out for. And it's race week again. We are in Imola. Yeah, F1 this weekend. Champions League tomorrow night. Today, because I'm recording this Monday. So yeah, Champions League and Europa League and Conference League as well. So keep an eye on that. Yeah. And so we have come to the end of another episode. Please like, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, share this, and yeah, thank you for all the love, support, and I appreciate it a lot. So yeah, I will see you on the flip side.